Welcome to this presentation of retirement readiness for federal employees. Are you retirement ready? This presentation is brought to you by Chip Hollingsworth, founder of F.E.B.A.A, a certified disabled veteran government contractor dedicated to helping federal employees, their spouses, and families to understand the extremely complex benefits you're entitled to receive, including survivor benefits, life insurance options, and TSP, just to name a few. We provide training and financial counseling for all active and retired federal employees. We currently work with the Alabama National Guard, the Army and Air, Army Depot, Social Security Administration, U.S. Marshal Service, and the Veterans Administration. And for those that happen to be in the private sector, we can help you as well. Our goal today is to provide you with the basic knowledge you need to know to understand your benefits, which will play an integral part in your future retirement goals. At the end of this presentation, you'll be given an opportunity to come in and sit with Chip or one of our certified federal employee benefits advisors and receive a no-cost, no-obligation retirement needs analysis, where we'll discuss your specific benefits, the amount of money you're going to have at retirement, and how that affects the hopes, dreams, and goals of the retirement you've envisioned. As you approach retirement, there are key decisions that must be made at that time. The sooner we meet, the better off you'll be. We like to think of retirement income planning as similar to seeing a doctor. Before seeing the doctor, the nurse asks you a series of questions in order to assess your situation. They take your temperature, blood pressure, and obtain your vitals. Only with that information can the doctor make the right diagnosis, much less prescribe how to fix the problem. This is similar to what we do in our retirement needs analysis. The first thing we do is to gather information about your finances. We'll then ask you questions to get a feel for the kind of retirement you envision. Then we'll analyze the data. You'll know the amount of money you'll have in retirement, and you'll know if you have a retirement surplus or a shortfall. If it's a shortfall, our retirement needs analysis will tell you how big, and we'll lay out the steps you can take to overcome it. Then, after we implement the plan, we'll monitor it on a regular basis, usually every year or two, just like the doctor. We call this the review process to make sure you're on course. That's the planning process we go through. We gather data and ask questions. Then we analyze the data and we prescribe solutions to fix the problem. We then implement the recommendations and then we monitor it on a regular basis, all at no cost to you. You see, there are 3 stages of your financial life. The first phase we call the accumulation phase, where you're accumulating as much money as you possibly can for retirement. The second phase is what we call the preservation phase, where you've accumulated your money, and now we want to preserve it, not taking undue risk. And then the fun stage, distribution, or the spending phase, when you're retired and you're taking all the money you've saved and enjoying life. But this brings up a whole new set of questions. Which money do we spend first? What about taxes? And how about an emergency fund? So those are the 3 phases that each of us will go through as we prepare for retirement. The question for you to think about is simply this: how is your retirement readiness? How can I make my TSP savings last my whole lifetime? Are you financially prepared for retirement? Are you on target to meet your retirement goals? Do you know today how much money you're going to need in retirement? Do you have a plan of where that money is going to come from? Have you taken into account tax law changes? And what about inflation? Have you factored that into your retirement calculations? These are just some of the many considerations we address in our no-cost, no-obligation retirement needs analysis we provide for federal employees and their spouses. The government has 2 retirement systems. One is the old one, which is CSRS, that's Civil Service Retirement System. The rest are FERS, the new retirement system. There's a lot of differences between the two. Both have great benefits, but you really need to understand the differences. FERS was created in 1986 with 3 phases. Picture a 3-legged stool. Your first leg is your FERS annuity. How many years you've worked and what your high 3 salary is. Then the next leg would be Social Security. There's really nothing we can do about these first 2 legs. But the third one, which is the key to you having a very safe and secure retirement, is a thrift savings plan. You determine how much money to put into it and the different investment options that you choose. This leg of the stool is key for FERS employees to have a well-thought-out plan. Now, if any of those legs are weak or missing, the entire plan becomes unsturdy and can crumble. Now, the civil service retirement system, which is the old system, does not have Social Security. It does not match TSP contributions, but the percentages that you get from it are quite different than the FERS. This is one of the reasons that you really need to have a one-on-one meeting to help determine how to do this. People often ask, how much am I going to get from my annuity? We like to call that mailbox money. How much money am I going to get after taxes? Our retirement needs analysis will help you arrive at that answer. The most frequent question we're asked, what am I going to get when I retire? This is where your thrift savings plan comes into play. By definition, the TSP is basically a defined contribution plan. Put in a certain amount of money, and for the first 5%, you get matching contributions from the government. But remember, the SERS folks do not get matching. Remember, there's limits to how much you can put in and how much you can take out. But how well you manage that plan over your career is key to how much is going to be in it when you retire. The TSP is a wonderful vehicle for both FERS and SERS. It offers a risk-free option, the G Fund, where you can't lose money. You don't make too much money, but it's a good parking place, especially as you get close to retirement. And then you have your C, S, I, F, and L funds that have risks, but have wonderful opportunities for growth. So the question we get over and over again, what do I put my money in? Which one? This is central to the no-cost, no-obligation retirement needs analysis that we create for you. We start by looking at how much money you want when you retire, and we create a strategy to achieve it. It's like our fingerprints. No 2 sets of fingerprints are alike, nor should your retirement plan be like anyone else's. This is why we meet one-on-one, so we can discuss your unique set of circumstances. But you'll have to request this because we will not call you and solicit anything. We can do the individual benefits analysis for you based on your personal data. This is provided to you at no cost. And because we're a government contractor, we can do this. We can even meet with you upon approval on the government facilities. And again, we are a certified disabled veteran government contractor. In closing, many Americans today are facing a crisis of epic proportion when it comes to retirement readiness, but it doesn't have to be that way. If you'd like to receive a no-cost, no-obligation written retirement needs analysis, you'll be given an opportunity to do so in just a moment. But now it's your turn. We'd like to hear your thoughts.